Am I working now? Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. I need it to work. Hmm. There you are. Can you hear me? Just trying to make sure everything's working here. How's the video look? Clear? Not like stuttering or lagging or doing anything weird? Yes, sir. Sweet. Okay. So it sounds like everything's gonna work. I'm gonna run through my other scenes here, like my break and everything. Tell me if you can still hear the audio. Here's the break screen. And then back to our stream. So did you see all three of those, like intro, outro, and break screens, but you didn't hear my mic, right? I saw them and no sound. All right, perfect. So that's what I need. So I don't really have anything to work on because I was only working on this. I just need to make sure that everything's actually working here. If it's working, I'm going to make a stool in a little bit so I have somewhere to actually sit down. I just need to let this run for a little bit. It says CPU's fine, 8,000 kilobits per second. Hey, what's up, Ol? Is it Ol or Oli, dude? I've heard two different things. I heard somebody say that your name on here was pronounced Oli. Is that right? Or just Ol, like old man? It should be putting out at the highest 1080p that we can get here. It's being recorded on a 4K camera, but YouTube will only let me broadcast at 1080p until I get partner. Once you get partner, then you can stream in 4K. But I ran an all new Ethernet cable. Holy, okay, I got you. So I ran an all new Ethernet cable, took it from the modem that's in the house, put it through the ceiling, went up in the attic, brought it all the way across the entire house, brought it down into the wall. Now it's coming out of the wall and going into an adapter that goes into my laptop because my laptop doesn't have an Ethernet port. But I am old too. Heard that, man. I feel old sometimes. We've got an 18-year-old in the house, so I guess that makes us old too. But then I got the camera hooked up now. So this is what I shoot all my videos with is a Sony ZV-E10 camera on a tripod over on the other side of the room. I've got all my tools set up on rolling carts, so I need to figure out kind of how I'm going to get those in shot if it's just moving the camera around. Really wanted to do a test stream just to make sure that everything's going to work so I can watch the VOD back when I'm done and actually see all of it and hear all of it. Which is another huge tip. If you're going to live stream, you need to go back and watch your VODs so that way you can improve every single stream. You'll make it look better, you'll make things sound better. You'll start paying attention to things that you're saying on camera and how you're speaking and everything. So, need to be able to watch that back. I've got a couple screen overlay ideas that you're going to see like all around here. We're going to have like some ticker boxes that are running down here at the bottom. Got to get all that stuff set up. Running cable's fun. Had to go from the basement to the attic, across the attic, into the garage. Good time. Yeah. If you can imagine, it took a hot minute. And so I'm in my mom's garage, is where I've got my shop set up right now. And in her attic is only about 3 feet of clearance until you hit the top of the roof. Like through the dead center, you get about 3 feet. So it's so short, it's basically a crawl space. And I'm 6 feet tall. So even hunched over, you can't walk across the rafters. So I'm crawling. So I'm on my kneecaps on 1.5 inch wide rafters crawling across this attic. It was a nightmare. I'm gonna go live, Ollie, and I'm gonna do a stool build so that I'll actually have something to sit on here while I'm hanging out doing a live stream. And then I'm just going to kind of figure out some small projects. We've got Christmas coming up, so I know a lot of guys are looking for like Christmas projects to make and sell. So I'm going to put together a few Christmas projects and go live making those. I just need to figure out what my best setup for my camera is going to be able to move it without just picking up and moving this camera tripod every time I go to move the thing. I might make some kind of a ceiling mount for my camera. I saw like a boom arm that you can make that mounts to the ceiling so that you can just kind of move it around and pivot it wherever you need it. And then everything stays up top so you're not just constantly, tripping over wires and tripping over the tripod, trying to move around the room. So when I go to use my bigger tools that are over on this side of the room, then I would be able to, just grab the camera, kind of reposition it over here facing this way, get the cuts done, get those shots in, and then spin it back over here to the actual work table while I'm working. Christmas Smalls time is now. Dude, so I was going to do some Halloween builds and decided against it since I missed it. Um, But I did put up this little Frankenstein that I made for our house. It's just a little 4x4 post that you cut and paint into a Frankenstein. You throw a couple lag bolts in his neck. Uh, Posted that, and that short did pretty good yesterday. So I guess people are still watching Halloween stuff, but I'm not going to bother with a long form video for it. Camera set up on a cart so you can wheel it around. Dude, I don't think I even have space in here for a cart at this point. I've got 6 tools that are all on mobile carts, so I can roll them around wherever I need them to. But I've also got this work table, which is 4 feet by 8 feet. So if you can imagine, that's taking up a huge chunk of space in the shop, trying to maneuver everything around. I think a ceiling mount's going to be the best bet for the camera so I can actually get into all of my tools and then just kind of swing you guys around with me. Yo, what's up, Rockets? How you doing, bud? Testing out the stream, man, making sure all the equipment's working and everything. I finally got Ethernet ran out here to the shop because I was only pulling like 30 megabytes per second on the Wi-Fi with it running all the way from one end of the house through like 6 walls to get out here to the garage. So we're hardwired now. It's working. Seems like the video's good. Audio's probably sounding pretty good. I need to watch the VOD back so I can actually tell what's going on with it. I'm doing good, other than having to run this line and then having to go to Best Buy because I didn't realize that my laptop doesn't have an Ethernet port. So I had to go get an adapter for the Ethernet port so that I could hardwire my internet. Gimbal setup. Yeah, so Oli, that's basically what I'm looking at. This guy that I was watching made like an arm that mounts to the ceiling, right? And it's got a pivot point at the top. It comes down and has a pivot point here, like a shoulder or an elbow. And then you've got your camera point, which is on a gimbal so that you can actually move it without the camera, kind of going all crazy on you. But basically, he had it to where he could set it up like where it is right now. And then if I were to move over on the other side, I could just grab the camera and pull it and adjust it over this way and then work on things over here. And then when you come back, you just grab it and you swing it back. So that might be something I do. He made it, I think he used like 2x2s or something like that and then painted it all black. So everything was nice and neat. It almost looked like some kind of a black aluminum handle after he was done with it. So that might be something that we do. But it sounds like everything's working, which is what I was going for. Rocket, what do you think, man? You think everything looks good? I need to get some lights. I've got two 48-inch shop lights that I'm putting up here to replace these old, crappy just LED light bulbs that are on the ceiling right now. So all that's going to change here soon and have more light on my face because right now my main light is pretty much directly above me. So it just casts a shadow down on everything. Makes everything on the table look great, but then you can't see anything, back behind the table. Sound is good, sweet. Working off a Rode mic and a Sony camera. So hopefully one day actually get partner on YouTube and I'll be able to use the 4K on the 4K camera. Right now I'm limited to 1080p. I don't know if you guys saw the video. This is the last main video that I put up was this little Red Oak speaker, little phone speaker right here. That one's up on the channel. I don't really have anything to work on right now because I'm just doing a little stream test, making sure my setup works. Not streaming from a phone, so it's just a little bit more complicated. Still using a webcam only. So on my PC at home, I've got a Razer webcam, which is really nice. It's like $100 webcam. But I've also got on Amazon, there was like a $25 or $30 1080p webcam, like super cheap. Didn't expect anything out of it. The microphone on it is awful, but the camera that's on it looks incredible. And it's got like autofocus and everything built into it. I think it said 4K on it, but it's not 4K, it's 1080p. I think they just put 4K on the box for whatever reason. But for like 25 bucks, dude, there's a webcam on Amazon that's really, really nice. It also comes with a little like adjustable tripod. It's a tiny little thing. It's like 3 inches tall that you can, either set up somewhere or it's got a 1/4 inch thread on the bottom to put it on a tripod. Yeah, still a webcam. Dude, so when I decided to start this business, social media was already a part of it. And so I'm building out the business, but I'm also building out, the YouTube and the Facebook and the Instagram and the TikTok and all that to kind of work in tandem with the business so that the two kind of feed off of each other. And then as you're making things, you're filming and you're editing and you're providing that content to people. So you're getting paid twice for the projects that you do, right? Also, hopefully, build up some kind of like a future passive income stream once it gets to a certain point. Me and the wife here in about 7 or 8 years, I believe, are going to be living on the road for a while, just traveling around. So trying to get, 8,000 videos put up on YouTube and just kind of have a mild passive income from that. Logitech Brio. See, dude, that's better than the $25 Amazon webcam I was trying to tell you to use. Brio's a good webcam, kind of like a business class webcam. So I did video game streaming before I started up this channel. I was on Twitch for probably 3 or 4 years. And then I've got a group of guys that I play with, every week. We all get together in a Discord and play games. So when it comes to like the technology side of it, I know pretty much everything. Now I'm just learning how to do like this IRL type stream, this kind of like talking head type thing instead of having the video games to fall back on. But I think it's all working out. Looks like the video's good, the audio looks good. At some point, now that I know that the computer can actually handle it, at some point I've got music that I've made. It's like just AI, kind of like folk, country type music, banjo, violin, things like that. So I'll have those songs playing in the background during the stream, um, as long as this laptop's going to handle it. I wasn't sure really how it was going to do, but now that I've got it hardwired, it seems to be doing fine. So I'm going to rock and roll out of here. I've got a video to make so that I'll have something to upload tonight. Um, I believe tomorrow, being Halloween, I'm going to set up a couple videos to record during the day. That way I've got something to edit when we get back from trick-or-treating, but we're going to be gone most of the evening, so I probably won't be in anybody's streams tomorrow, but I should be around somewhere tonight. So I'm sure I'll see you in the community somewhere. I'm going to go watch this VOD back and see how everything looks, make sure I'm happy with all of it, and then look for, an actual long stream probably tomorrow. We'll get stool build going and then start working on some Christmas gifts. And we're going to work on, I've got a couple fall projects that I have lined up that I'd really like to shoot. So we'll get those put on there as well. But it was good seeing you guys. Thanks for popping in. Later.